PFL Playoffs, August 16th. You may recognize the man as the reigning, defending PFL champion, Impa Kasanganay. Impa, how we doing, man? Like 3 weeks out.
I'm great. I'm doing what I love. Had training this morning. Trained some clients at my gym, and then I came up to Kill Cliff, trained there. Um, I'm doing what I love, man. There's not much you can. I got people that I love, and I'm doing what I love, and I count that as a blessing. Not many people get to do that for life or a career, and to be doing this way, I'm looking forward to the 16th, but enjoying each day in between.
And this is the second time through now, right? You came last year, you conquered. Now number 2 this time. Do you feel like better prepared, better equipped? Does that not really matter to you at all?
Uh, I guess you could say it's a good question. I appreciate that. So it doesn't matter to me in a sense of like that I've done it before because I'm gonna go do it again. And when I say like that's like I don't look at it like if I never was in PFL last year, my same focus would be if this is my first season, go claim this title, become go get to be the champion that I know that I am. I remember asking Kamaru Usman a question. I asked as many champions that I could ask that are around me, and I asked Robbie Lawler questions. I asked Kamaru Usman a question. I asked a few other guys questions who've been champions like around me in my area here at Kill Cliff. I said, what was your how did you do this for so long, or what was the difference between you having your title and not? And Usman says something. He says, all that hard work that you put in before you got the title and stuff. You always see yourself as champion, and you grind. And some days you're like, man, this better pay off, or like, man, this training session, like, was this necessary? Now you know that what you've done before works. You make the adjustments, you do it better, but you also can have fun doing it because you realize like you don't over stress certain moments, and you don't under stress anything. You stay steady through it all. And though life has its challenges as different things, like I really am fortunate that I'm not gonna disrespect the process. I love what I get to do. I love to fight. I love being I be in a gym all day from 6 a.m. till pretty much 10 p.m. at night some nights.
Yeah.
And I love it. I don't know. And then in between I'm on my motorcycle, hanging out with my dog and working on other projects. People always say, oh man, I left the 9 to 5. I'm not doing that 40-hour work, whatever. I'm like, man, give me the whatever, how many hours that is every day because I love what I get to do. So that's all it is. Like, I know I'm prepared. I'm better prepared because my trainer just got better. I got better. My team got better. And we continue to get better. So that's all I know.
And then Josh Silveira, no stranger,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, faced him last year, beat him last year. I actually talked to Josh 2 days ago, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, Josh, how do you see this fight going? Anything you want me to relay to Impa? He said, number 1, yeah, tell Impa nothing but respect. Can't wait for the rematch here. 2,
Yeah.
he said he's very confident he's going to find a finish. He said he took a lot away from the first fight, and he's going to put it to use this fight. So I guess you tell me, why is that not going to happen? Like, are you more confident going into this matchup compared to the first time having experience with him? Like, what are your over thoughts just on a rematch on such a high caliber stage?
I say this: keep your plans dark and impenetrable. When you strike like lightning. That's from Sons of the Art of War. I think that people talk too much. People talk way too much. I know first fight, he's had a lot to say, right? He had a lot to say, and I absolutely love Josh, respect Josh. Don't get me wrong. Like, we've talked about working together, doing something for like, human trafficking and, combating that, like coming together on that. And I respect it also too. I'll say this. I love Jacob Nadeau too. And I fought him last fight. My goal was to kill him. So, you guys are coming for finishes and people always have something to say and relay these messages. I have nothing to say besides, as I talk to you, August 16th, I finished with my hands raised. I'll claim this victory and take him out. That's it. I don't, people have to just open their mouth so much, but let's shut them up. I don't think everyone's got plans to get smacked in the mouth and watch on August 16th. So like I like it that he's looking for it. I hear that he's gonna leave on his shield, which is already admitting defeat. Like you can say whatever you want. Everybody's always got something to say to me since I first started fighting. This guy's inexperienced. This guy's that. This that. I let them talk. And when I finished my hands raised, I let them eat their words.
Does this, you're obviously at a Kill Cliff, Josh is AT&T. People give it a rivalry. I don't know what the rivalry is actually like between the two gyms, but on media and all that, people like to play that game. Does that play into this at all for you? Like Kill Cliff versus AT&T?
Yes, sir. So Killcliff, ATT. I mean, I respect it. I think more than anything, it's a beautiful thing to have a team like ATT out there because a beautiful thing like to have Killcliff because without these two gyms, who's really challenging these teams in the world?
Sure.
You have a few guys over in Eastern Europe, yeah, who are doing pretty well, but they still come to our gyms. You know, well, they fight guys from our gyms. They're not just dominating. Khabib's doing an amazing job over there, and some other people around the world. Yeah, people have lost fights, won fights from both gyms, but when it comes down to the overall reign, these two gyms have done great work. These two camps have done great work. Uh, I know people take that into consideration. I know I have a job to do, and I'm blessed that I get to represent here. I think that I've had coaches who came from ATT who have taught me in great ways that are on the staff at Kill Cliff. They've helped grow the overall MMA culture. I think it's almost like, to me, it's like a little immature, little. It's good. I get the media part of it, so it's nothing against the media, but I just see like that people. I love people. Funny enough, Ella Dawson, she was here yesterday doing interviews, and she fights out of ATT. She came and she's like, "Oh, I'm spying." I'm like, "Come on in," like she, but she was joking. She's such a sweet person. She's back to it, probably gonna hopefully fight near the end of the year. Praying about that. Good people, and like I like watching the fighters from ATT because Mike Brown's an excellent coach, and the whole team. Like there are people that you like, man, like you could take a note from that. You could take a note from that. Like Johnny Eblin, excellent fighter from that gym. Other fighters. So without that, I don't think there'd be so much. Like MMA would actually look very different without these two gyms. So to say that, like I just look at like, hey, I'm here. This is where I train. I'm gonna take out whoever, whenever, wherever. Even from our own gym, we have people that fight each other from that gym. So then it's like the Kill Cliff rivalry or the ATT versus ATT rivalry. Like sometimes they end up fighting people from their own gym.
Yep.
Right? I just look at like I'm a man. I'm gonna step in there as a man. I'm gonna leave as a man. I'm gonna leave victorious. And that's it. I claim these victories. I people talk so much and they get up caught up in all these other little things to find this different kind of motivation. I need no other motivation than understanding this. Like, I'm gotta do my job and I gotta go kill my opponent. That's it.
And then tell me about your gym. I understand we have a official opening in August-ish, yeah?
Yes, sir. 17 days, August 12th.
Woo!
Impa's Refining has its official grand opening. As you know, Joanna's a huge part behind why all this is coming together, and I'm probably running up her wall because between fight camp and everything going on, she's not patient. But everything's working out how it's supposed to, and PFL's behind it. Celsius, family's been behind it. I'm grateful, and I've all these like when I say beautiful kids, like my heart is filled, and that's another reason I get to fight and be who I am. Like some kids, man, they're just 12 years old, 8 years old, 10 years old, and they are coming to be better versions of themselves. So it's, yeah, Impa's Refinery. It opens August 12th, and that's what it's about for me, like giving back. So stoked.
And you guys are down there in Florida. Like, I guess just tell me like a little bit about, like mission statement. What kind of vibe do you want to bring to your own gym?
Mhm. So yeah, the gym's mission statement is based off two quotes. One's a verse, one's a quote that I love. The smaller quote is, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best of yourself?" Right. There's a longer quote from Epictetus. He's a Stoic philosopher, right there from Greece, and he just talked about how in everything you do in life, like demanding the best of yourself and all that you do. I could care less if these kids are $20 million fighters. If that's their calling, push them towards that. They're making $20 million, $100 million a fight. Great, but I want them to be the best version of themselves, own businesses, finish school, be great people in their community, understand that you can be a savage in the cage, in the octagon, in the ring, whatever, the smart cage. But outside of it, you challenge yourself, you've educated yourself, you push yourself to new heights. And then Proverbs 4, all hard work leads profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. My favorite Bible verse. And to me, it's like I want those kids to understand what happens when you come in and you work and you challenge yourself. And I want these people to every single day and everything that they do is like, I want them to call me 20, 30 years from now. They have their first kids, they have their family, their wives, and they just tell me, hey, I'm still demanding the best of myself. I'm still working hard. Like the gym, business wise, be very profitable. Great. doing like the financial, whether it's like partners that they're doing great and I'm making, even if I was making the least out of it, I would still keep doing it. My focus is to do it for the next, you know, God, please bless me with more than 30 years, but teaching and being active doing that and just seeing these kids and athletes and fighters develop. We have kids, we have young kids, we have like high school, teenage, and up amateur fighters, fight team preparing for that. And I opened up a program for where all women's classes, all women's training, MMA fighters can come train and refine themselves. And then early on pros and, professional fighters who've been in it for a while to keep improving and getting better. And just want to be a place in the community that people would know. Send your kid there, send yourself there if you want to gain your discipline and become the best version of yourself.
I love it, man. That's beautiful. It's a great way to give back and spread your knowledge. And you certainly have a lot of it in the experience too. And my last question, Impa, before I get you out of here, one more fighting question. Other side of the bracket, Dovlet and Wilkinson. Who, I
Uh-huh.
don't know, who would you rather fight or who do you think you're going to fight in the championship and how does that go?
I think whoever I think I'm going to fight in the championship is more so relevant to me is that I want to fight the guy who's the better fighter. I want to fight the guy who's worthy of being, in a championship fight, or fight a guy who believes that he wants to be a champion, a guy who's going to bring it. I want a guy who wants to kill me. That's the guy that I want. I don't want the guy who's going to be like, they're just trying to get by, as some of these fighters have. Like, for me, it's like, take this guy out, whoever. And that's what I want. So I think Rob's a beast. He's awesome. And he's obviously won a title before. Dovet's skilled. I don't think they had solid outings or last ones for what I believe that they are. So it's really cool to see how they're going to respond and rise up. So the guys going to respond better than they did the last fight. I want to see that, and they both had finishable fights. Same for Josh. He didn't come like how he really could, I believe, and he faded. And we're gonna break him again. Gonna break him again, and we'll claim his victory. But I also look at it like people want to people like to see champions versus champions fight each other. That makes Rob exciting. But I know that Dovlet, he's skilled and he's coming to fight. So I want the better fighter. That's it. That's all. I just want the guy who I want the guy who wakes up and thinks that every day I'm gonna kill him, but I'll make sure he never gets out that cage. And that's the guy that I want.
Well, champ, August 16th, it kicks off. You get the shot to make it again in the finals. So very excited for that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, August 16th, do not miss it. PFL playoff action. Impa Kasanganay back in the smart cage. Impa, thank you so much for your time, man. Best of luck, best of skill.
Thank you so much. God bless you.